So then, last time out, we took a look at the VCT and its setup for 2023, but now we're going to look at a bit more in depth at specifically the Valorant Champions Tour 2023 and its lockdown tournament coming up in Sao Paulo this month. So this is a very special occasion because this will not happen every year. This is happening because Valorant and Riot want to showcase their new look Valorant Champions Tour. There's been overhaul for 2023 and onwards. And this is going to be done in the form of an invitational tournament for all of their partner teams, plus 2 additional teams from China, to showcase what they are made of. There has been a massive overhaul. A lot of these teams have changed rosters or changed their looks. There are some teams that might be missing from the lineup that you might expect to be there. G2 might be one of them. For example, there are a few names that you think might be missing. But they are all partner teams with Riot and Valorant now. And they're all going to compete out in this franchise-based thing for VCT for 2023. And Sao Paulo is here and Lock-in is here to demonstrate exactly what they've got. So, as we've mentioned, this is going to be in Sao Paulo. This will be offline. This is on LAN. It's going to be a massive show. And I think it's going to be super interesting to see how this goes down. It's nice to see it's being held in South America. Something that we don't often see. The maps available in the VCT Lock-in will be Ascent, Fracture, Haven, Icebox, Lotus, Pearl, and Split. We're not missing anything here apart from, well, Breeze and Bind. But anyway, $500,000 US prize pool. It's going to be super interesting, running from the 13th of February all the way until the 4th of March. 32 teams have been invited and are taking part in this tournament. So this is all the teams from the Valorant Champions Tour International Leagues. So that's 10 from the EMEA region, 10 from the Americas region, and 10 from the Pacific region. Let's go through these. So that's BBL Esports from Turkey, Fnatic from Great Britain, Foot Esports from Turkey, the Spanish team Giants, the French team Carmine Corp, the Spanish team Koi, the Ukrainian team Natus Vincere, Team Heretics from Spain, Team Liquid from the Netherlands, the French team Vitality, and then in America, we are looking at 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Evil Geniuses, Freya from Brazil, the home team, or one of the home teams anyway, Crew Esports, Leviathan from South America in general, although they are mainly from Argentina and Chile, I believe. Loud and MIBR, who are both Brazilian. Loud are holders of the VCT Champions, I believe. NRG Sentinels are the 2 American teams rounding out the Americas region. And then from the Asia Pacific region, we are looking at Detonation FM from Japan, DRX and Gen G from Korea, Global Esports from India, PaperX from Singapore, I believe. Also from Indonesia, we see Rex Regum and T1 from Korea, Talent Esports from Thailand, and Team Secret from the Philippines and Zeta Division from Japan. That makes up your 30 teams from the VCT that have been invited, but there are 32 teams in the VCT Lock-in. They are the addition of 2 Chinese teams. This is Edward Gaming and Fun Plus Phoenix. These will be representing, obviously, China. China is held slightly differently because of the rules going on there as well, and China has recently gained access to Valorant and its launch. So that's going to be super interesting to see how they fare up against the rest of these teams that they're going to be taking part in VCT across the year in those international leagues, and then further on from there as well. You've got a massive plethora of people hosting, casting, and all sorts. Golden Boy are going to be your hosts alongside Yinsu and Dash. You've got Brendan Sideshow for your commentators, Pansy, Midgeman. They're all going to be there. It's top tier competition. It's top tier showmanship from Valorant. So, the best of the best are going to be there and doing their work. So there's going to be $100,000 going to the first place team in this lock-in tournament, $60,000 to the second place team, third and fourth will get $40,000, fifth to eighth will get $25,000, ninth to 16th will get $10,000, and 17th to 32nd will get $5,000. So everyone who takes part in this VCT tournament, this VCT lock-in tournament, will be getting some sort of prize money, which I think is very nice for all these teams. Of course, you want to do better, you want more prize money, but everyone who is here will be getting some form of prize at the end of this, even if it is only $5,000. And if you spread that across the team, considering it's 5 players, maybe more if you have substitutes plus coaches, etc. It's not a massive amount, so you want to be chasing that top spot and that $100,000 lovely juicy prize. So let's take a closer look at the format for this VCT Lock-in tournament. All of the matches will be best of 3. That is excluding the semi-final and grand final. The semi-final and grand finals will be best of 5. So that's going to be super interesting, super long, but super interesting. It'll be played on patch 6.02, and it is a single elimination bracket. It's very hard to do a double elimination bracket when you have 32 teams involved, not going to lie. But anyway, these matches for round 1 have been outlined. These will start on the 13th of February. So if you want to spend Valentine's Day in with the one you love watching VCT Lock-in, then all of you E-daters in Valorant, I'm sure, will have a great time. Anyway, we are going to see Koi take on NRG. Detonation FM will take on Giants. Gen G Esports will take on Loud. Fun Plus Phoenix will take on Carmine Corp. BBL Esports will take on DRX. Cloud9 will take on Paper X. Evil Geniuses will take on Team Heretics. MIBR versus Talon Esports. Team Liquid versus Team Secret. Natus Vincere taking on Crew Esports. Zeta Division versus Leviathan. Team Vitality taking on Global Esports. FUT Esports versus Rex Regum. 100 Thieves versus Edward Gaming. Sentinels versus Fnatic, and T1 versus Furia Esports. Super interesting because they have made sure, by the looks of it, that all of these will be inter-regional games. No Americas versus America yet, or anything like that. So it's going to be super interesting to see how not only these teams shape up, but how these regions shape up against each other. So that is your lowdown for the VCT Lock-in coming up in the next couple of weeks. Do remember that there is going to be a knife specially made in-game for this very tournament to market that will be available in the store at some point whenever it's launched, I think on the 8th of February, and that'll be super interesting. I think it's a very nice looking knife, not gonna lie, alongside the banners and spray that come with it. Not sure how much it's going to be, but it's probably going to be fairly expensive considering it's a esports based knife, which they tend to be quite a lot of Valorant points. But 50-50 split on the revenue, and the 50% will go to the teams involved in this tournament, which is really, really good. We love to see it. But do keep an eye out, obviously, for the Valorant esports stuff coming up in the coming weeks. Remember, February the 13th at 5 PM GMT is when it all starts, with Koi taking on NRG. And it will be super interesting to check it out, see how it goes, and see how this new Valorant Champions Tour really kicks off, because it's meant to be quite the show that they've got planned for us here. So I'm super excited, and I'm going to be watching it. And if you are going to watch it as well, then you can join my Twitter, Discord, all sorts that are linked in the video description, and we can chat about it in there as well. But thank you for joining for this one, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye bye.